Hi, I'm Chris Burdick, CPA, creator of EasyBooks by Chris, and thank you for purchasing the EasyBooks by Chris Small Business Bookkeeping and Tax Workbook. I created this for small businesses and freelancers to help bookkeeping and simplify tax season. Let's get started.
All right, welcome back to the EasyBooks by Chris Small Business Bookkeeping and Tax Prep Workbook tutorial. Um, Today we'll be going over the Transactions tab here, which is, after getting your settings set up, which I'll do really quickly now, which are already in. Um, the most important tab for the user is this Transactions tab, and I'm going to start by clearing this guy out. But so from what I've said from other videos, it's very important to get this transactions tab right, as it is the heartbeat of the entire workbook. Everything flows through this, everything runs off of these transactions. So there's a very specific format that needs to be done with these transactions: date, vendor, customer description, transaction type. Um, so I'm just going to jump right into it. I've got a list of some sample transactions here. I'm going to start with this guy here. Um, this Starbucks purchase. Um, so I mean, it's pretty simple. We just enter in the transactions as they are. The only caveat is that this amount, regardless if it's an income or expense, needs to be a positive number. So we're going to start here by inputting the date, just like this. You'll see here you have one incomplete transaction row. So this is a check that we have to make sure that the completeness of this tab. If any of the cells in any of these rows are filled out and the rest of the row is not complete, you'll get this error message here, but you'll see it'll go away after we get finished. All right. So then again, these are all just manual inputs. You'll just fill them out basically from your bank CSV description. So Starbucks is your vendor. Um, this would be coffee for client. And then transaction type. So this is where we have a choice between four. You can see there's the arrow here for the drop down menu. So this would be, the only four options: income, if that's sales revenue coming in; expense, which is what this is money going out for business usage. And then owner contribution would be more money coming in, a contribution from you as the owner. It's not sales revenue specific. Owner draw, money going out. That is just going straight into your pocket. It's not for some sort of business expense. So we're going to choose expense, right? And again, you can copy over this. It's not like you don't have to choose from this list. Like, you could just come in here and type expense, and that would work just fine. And that'll work for copy and pasting, which I'll get into in a minute. Okay, categories, same story. Drop down list has all of the categories that you're going to see on your Schedule C on your taxes, which if you look over here on the monthly P&L, it's one of these categories here. Everything basically business related will fall into one of these categories. Also, it's these as well. So for coffee for client, that would fall under meals, right? So, and then this is $95 for this Starbucks purchase, which must have been a lot of coffee. But see, now that we've completed that row, you can see that that check turns green and everything is okay. So that's how you would enter just one specific transaction. I mean, this is probably the least efficient way to do this. It's probably the safest way to do it, however, to go through and do each line one by one. I've said in the past that I recommend completing these transactions on a weekly basis. I personally, as a finance nerd, would do them on a daily basis just to make sure that these expenses are fresh in your mind, so you can give a good description and vendor, blah blah blah. But and I was going to show you. I mean, you can now see the dashboard. For January updates, 95 expenses, your net profit, because you don't have any revenue in there. So everything will begin to funnel in as you enter your transactions. Tax estimator, no taxes because you don't have any income. Okay, so let's go back to the transactions tab now. So what I wanted to say here, again, due to this very specific format, this is generally not the format that you're going to see on your bank CSV. And when I say bank CSV, I mean if you just go to whatever your business account is and you download the Excel version of it, it will give you a format that's got this same information basically, but it's going to be exactly in this format. So I am going to come out with a file called a data cleaner, a bank CSV data cleaner, which will take essentially your CSV, I mean any type of CSV from a bank. You'll be able to copy and paste that straight into the data cleaner and it'll spit out this format. So then once you do that, then you can just take it. The end result would look something like this, and you could just take it and copy it straight into this, right? One caveat here, I would recommend this really if you're a steady Excel user. I would recommend copy paste value here. What that does is make sure that you're only getting the values here. You're not picking up any formulas. There's no formulas on this, so it wouldn't make a difference here. But in the future, if there is a formula, the copy paste value would eliminate. It would only give you the value, not the formula. Again, though, you could, if you wanted to, enter these all one by one, but I would recommend when I get the bank CSV data cleaner launched, that you invest in that, because that will make your life so much easier. You can just take your monthly bank statement essentially and run it through the cleaner, and then copy and paste value this into here, and you'll be able to see everything, clear as day, very, very quickly, very simple. It'll be a 15-minute process for you to look at your monthly expenses and see, get the information that you need out of them. So, I mean, that's pretty much it as far as the transactions. I just want to put a special video out just for to emphasize the importance of getting this correct. Again, the settings as well, but the settings you'll be able to see that if you don't insert one of these, you'll be able to pretty clearly see that there's no title up here basically. But the transactions, things could get a little bit funkier if you do this incorrectly. since it's based on the formulas are all based off of this. So yeah, I think I've already gone over the tax estimator in a previous video. CPA package. This is just going to be, um, year end. Just print this out essentially. Run through these checklists. Make sure that you've answered all those questions correctly. Your tax preparer should ask you these questions anyway, but if they don't, it's all right. You can run through them prior, and then really you would just print this whole thing out, hand this to your tax preparer, and that would be it. So I know your tax preparer would be very appreciative to have a format just like this, especially if you just gave him the whole file so he or she could look at the the transactions that also make up all these, but they generally won't question the transactions. So that is it. I'm going to go back here to the quick start. As of right this second, some of these links aren't updated, but please, if you have any questions, email me here at chrisburdickcpa@gmail.com. That's probably the easiest way to get in touch with me, either that or the Etsy messages on the Etsy shop where you purchase this. If you haven't signed up for the email list, again, this is where I will be pumping out free updates to these files, and just sending reminders and tips, through the email list. Again, as far as YouTube goes, you can subscribe to this. I'm not trying to grow a YouTube page. These are more for informational purposes, but if you did subscribe, you could get my my videos would show up on your feed when I create them. So again, thank you again for your purchase, and I hope you like it, and please feel free to reach out with any questions. All right, thanks.